Glen Lall announces candidacy for president in 2025 election, vows to end exploitation of Guyana's resources. Media mogul and outspoken advocate for transparency, Glen Lall, has officially announced his candidacy for the 2025 presidential election. Lall, publisher of the Guyana News, made the declaration in response to recent comments made by Vice President Barrett Jagdeo during a press briefing about the controversial tax arrangement with ExxonMobil and the ongoing exploitation of Guyana's oil resources. In his statement, Lall directly addressed Jagdeo's handling of the oil contract and the nation's resources, criticizing the government's failure to renegotiate terms that benefit the Guyanese people. Lall highlighted the frustration many feel regarding the contract with ExxonMobil, where the country is responsible for paying taxes on behalf of the oil giant, leaving Guyana with little return on its oil wealth. Jagdeo tried to intimidate a reporter for asking a valid question about this unfair arrangement, but the fact remains, nothing has changed, Lall said. Jagdeo has done nothing to alter the terms of the Stabroek Block Agreement, and he continues to mislead the Guyanese people with empty promises. Lall expressed outrage over Jagdeo's response to the reporter and pointed to what he described as a pattern of dismissiveness and arrogance in addressing legitimate concerns about Guyana's oil wealth. Jagdeo's behavior is nothing new, he said. He has spent years deceiving the public, pulling the wool over our eyes, and trying to control the narrative. But Guyanese people are waking up. We will not allow this to continue. In a bold declaration, Glen Lall announced his intention to run for the presidency in 2025. His platform will focus on reclaiming Guyana's resources for the benefit of its people, ending what he calls the exploitation and robbery taking place under the current administration. I am entering the presidential race in 2025 to put an end to the insanity you, your government, and the opposition are doing to the people of this country with their resources, Lall stated. We will not allow you to continue leading us down a path of destruction. Guyana deserves better, and I will fight for that. Lall, a prominent figure in Guyana's media landscape, has long been a vocal critic of government policies regarding oil and gas management. His candidacy promises to bring a wave of reform, with a key focus on transparency, accountability, and ensuring that the country's vast natural resources are used to uplift all citizens. As 2025 approaches, Glen Lall is calling on Guyanese citizens to prepare for a transformative race, one where the future of the country's resources, wealth, and prosperity is at the forefront.
You guys heard how aggravated he gets there? The girl just asked him if he's comfortable with this tax arrangement where Guyana is paying Exxon taxes, which are almost equal the amount we get for our share of oil. He tried to embarrass the reporter by telling her, I just told you, we are uncomfortable with it. And that's why we have changed it. Change what? Change what, uncle? Barrett Jagdeo has changed nothing in that Stabroek Block. Nothing. He had changed nothing in that contract with ExxonMobil. And I am sure all of you heard him telling the reporter she must not be like the other reporters. He doesn't want to hear any questions about Exxon and this barefaced robbery going on with the Stabroek Block. And when he's cornered, this is how he tries to wiggle himself out, by raising his voice in an insulting and degrading manner towards reporters, telling people to use their brains. Well, Mr. Jagdeo, that young reporter and every other reporter's brain, including mine, are working perfectly fine. It's you who is trying to pull wool over the Guyanese people's face with your twisted and wicked mind. You have been doing this masquerade throughout your presidency, all through the Ramatar era. And now you're back at it, doing worse under President Ali's stewardship. You, Mr. Jagdeo, have become this country's worst nightmare. And the Guyanese people are waking up each day to see you for who you really are. The tricks you have been pulling on us as a nation cannot, will not be allowed to go on longer. Mark those words. We, the Guyanese people, will never allow you to continue taking us down the road to further destruction. Never. We will not allow that to continue, my friend. I am entering the presidential race come 2025. Just to put a stop to this insanity your government and the opposition doing to the people of this country with their resources. Look out and prepare for me in the next race.